Hi, thank you. Well, the organization of the chairs today are more intimidating than yesterday, but okay, that's not fair, but okay. So I'm Alexandra, I'm from Brazil, from Entrepreneurial Alliance. We're a social organization, and we work together with other NGOs, with companies, and also with government to create support to entrepreneurs at the bottom of the pyramid. We say that our DNA is that we believe that everyone can be an entrepreneur. I'll come up with some numbers. Brazil is the 9th biggest economy in the world. We fell some steps in the past years, but we are still in the top 10. We have a population of about 207 million people, where 49% are men and 51% are women. We have about 50 million people that are engaged in creating or running a business, so 52 million entrepreneurs, and 10 million of them are micro-entrepreneurs. 44% of this 52 million are women, and we say that we can consider that Brazilian women are the most entrepreneurial women in the world, as Brazil is also considered a very entrepreneurial country. With that, we could think that Brazil should be a wealthy country, but as you may know, Brazil is a country of contrasts, and we are the 81st country in the ranking of inequality. We have almost 12% of rate of unemployment. In the US last year, the rate of unemployment was 4.4%. In Europe was about 8%. 9.5% of our men are unemployed against almost 13% of our women. The difference of wages are about 22%, may get to 60% of this difference. And last year, 42% of our women were households. Their income was the income of their whole family. Well, I want to tell you a story about Ana Carla. Ana Carla is that lady with the short sleeves t-shirt. She lives in Salvador, that it's in the northeast. Salvador is the 3rd biggest city of Brazil with 4 million people, and it has the biggest rate of unemployment of 17%. In 2011, Danone, together with Entrepreneurial Alliance, started to think about a new model of one of its sales channel. And they wanted it to be a shared value model, and they knew that their relationship with distributors and also with the sellers should be rethinked. So they wanted to do, there were 3 things that we thought together. The first one was that they wanted that the yogurt got to people in low-income communities, where usually they don't have access to healthy products or healthy yogurts. They wanted to generate income to women that usually don't have the chance to have steady jobs because usually they have less opportunities than men, and they have to take care of their children because their children usually don't have school for the whole day. And the third one was that we thought together that it would be interesting that these women should be trained with entrepreneurial skills so that they would, together with Danone, endeavor this model. This is the course of the yogurt. So the Danone delivers to the distributors the products. The distributors select the products and separate it into kits. The godmothers, that's the second lady there, are women from the communities, from the local communities, and they understand the reality and the needs of the people and the populations of these communities. And they are the link between the distributors and the quiteiras. The quiteiras bring these products to the final consumers. And both godmothers and quiteiras, they bring not only the yogurts to the community, but they also bring knowledge about health and nutrition and also about healthy habits to the community. Entrepreneurial Alliance comes to this model to train godmothers and quiteiras with soft skills, entrepreneurial soft skills trainings, and also with nutrition, health and nutrition trainings so that they can develop themselves personally and professionally. The godmothers also encourage the quiteiras to develop themselves, and they lead groups of quiteiras. World Vision came to this model also in 2015 because of their expertise and their knowledge in social articulation. And so they are together with the distributors and with the godmothers to bring more quiteiras to the model. Since 2012, Danone Ecosystem Fund is funding the model, and IDB joined in 2015 also the partnership, also with resources. So this is all the partners and all the collaborations that runs over the quiteiras program. So now 6 years after we started, we are now in 2 more states, São Paulo and Ceará. We have, last month we had 2,000 quiteiras selling yogurts in a door-to-door model. They sold last month 160 tons. And in Salvador, the first city that we started, now the sales of quiteiras represent 5% of the total volume of yogurt sold in the whole city. And Danone has an operating revenue of $500,000 US. Last year, we found out that the model was okay to really roll out and get to all over Brazil, not only these 3 states. And so Danone has planned an exponential increase to 2020, have about 26,000 quiteiras selling yogurts door to door with 1,500 tons per month, and being able to generate a possibility of $25 million of income to local economies. This will represent 5% of the total volume of yogurt sold in Brazil for Danone. Well, so do you remember Ana Carla there back in 2011? Ana Carla from a quiteira who sold the kits, the Danone kits, is now a godmother. She leads a group of 450 entrepreneurs. And in 2014, when we had the Brazilian crisis, her income from quiteiras was the only income of her family. Her husband got unemployed, and she paid for all their bills, and she bought a new house, and she paid for their children's education. So, As I said before, we believe that everyone can be an entrepreneur, but we don't think that being an entrepreneur is only about people. We believe that in this case, in this model, Danone had to connect to its entrepreneurial spirit, and we believe that everyone can be an entrepreneur because people, companies, and relationships may reinvent themselves and create new models, new partnerships, and create this kind of shared value model. So this is the message I wanted to leave. Thank you.